Hey everybody. I know this is a little different, but I decided that since I have a New Year's resolution and I need to make fucking 2 videos a month and I'm very lazy, I decided to kind of start up a little bitty fucking podcast here with my buddy Michael.
Hello.
Me and Michael go way back. We've known each other since like fucking elementary school, and we're both fucking internet trench warfare enthusiasts. This little podcast is basically just going to be like us shooting the shit with each other, talking about whatever, current events, video games and shit. You know, the typical shit no one really listens to, but you know, it's fun to make. Without any further ado, we're going to get into, I guess, our first fucking segment, which will be current events. So, Michael, you have any current events you'd like to talk about?
Well, there's quite a few, a lot of noteworthy ones, such as the fact that the Italian Senate sure got an eye full of something interesting the past week.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know there were so many fucking I didn't know there were so many fucking Final Fantasy fans in Italy. Of course, I don't remember entirely. Like, was there ever an explanation onto why that even happened or whatever? For
Funny
the
you mentioned that, because I actually did a little research into this. By research, I mean I read some comments on Twitter, the best kind of research, and I found out that apparently it's because the host of the Senate, I think they leaked the code on Facebook or something. Someone did by accident. Someone got a hold of it, and they got in.
well, it was like
and
a it was like a Zoom meeting or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
I
was a Zoom
heard.
call meeting.
I saw a comment on Twitter and I couldn't believe it was true. Or more, I think it might have been like a newspaper clipping or something that was talking about how like somebody in the meeting literally posted the room and the password for the room like on Twitter or something like that for everyone to see, or maybe it was a Facebook group or something. So honestly, if that's the case, I'm really not surprised that some fucking people got it. Why do these places even fucking? Why do companies and shit even use Zoom anymore? Like, why not just use Discord or whatever? It's more secure. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't know, but I'm glad they didn't, because otherwise a piece of Italian history wouldn't have just been
oh yeah,
made.
dude.
So,
Oh yeah, like Tifa Lockhart is now a fucking Italian icon, and I couldn't be happier about it, honestly.
oh yeah, if it means more SFM stuff, then go ahead, go
SFM
Italy.
stuff, just fan art in general. I mean, for real. And I'm pretty sure, and it's been a few days, and Tifa is still trending on Twitter, which is insane for something to trend this long on Twitter, considering it's
Oh yeah.
unless it's porn, which it is porn. So you know, whatever, I guess. You know, we're starting out this podcast right. We're already talking about porn. That's the best way to go, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
For real. But it,
uh,
I guess at any rate, something else that's somewhat of a current event that we could talk about is the acquisition of fucking Activision by Bethesda, right?
oh yeah, nothing better than multi-billion-dollar companies buying other multi-billion-dollar companies.
For real.
It,
Wait, did I say Bethesda or Microsoft?
uh,
I mean, they're
I
in the
think you
same
said,
fucking. I think I said Bethesda. But it doesn't fucking
yeah,
matter because they're under Microsoft. Microsoft now owns both of them, so I don't know.
dude. Imagine if Todd Howard owned owned World of Warcraft.
That'd be fucking. I don't even know how to feel about that. That'd be fucking weird. Although technically, doesn't Microsoft now own both World of Warcraft and Elder Scrolls Online? There
Yes.
could be a crossover event. It would be terrible, probably, but you know, it would still be a fucking thing. But I don't really know what this like could even mean. I mean, Microsoft hasn't fucked around with Mojang too much. I mean, they did, but more so with like Bedrock, like Minecraft Bedrock Edition. They've certainly monetized it more, but
hmm
at least more than Java, considering the whole fucking the shop and all that shit. But I don't really know what they could do with Activision. I mean, they have go
Call of Duty now,
yeah
I believe.
they have Call of Duty, they got Overwatch, they got fucking um World of Warcraft, fucking. I think they even have like a stake in League of Legends, don't they? Or is that separate?
I think Riot is a subsidiary of Blizzard, but I could be wrong.
Hmm. Well,
I'm not entirely certain.
well, another thing is like Activision Blizzard. Are they like are they joint companies? Like, does Microsoft just own Activision now, or do they own both? That's like something I'm not entirely aware of because I believe Activision Blizzard went through like a merger or something, didn't they?
I believe it was a merger, but I would have to
I mean, I can look it
confirm. I'm
up.
actually
Like,
confirming right
let
now.
me look it up right here real quick because you might as well, get our facts straight, I guess. Let's see, does Microsoft own EA? Wow, give it fucking time. Uh, Apparently, they acquired Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. To put that into perspective, you could build you could build 6 Infinity ships with that much money. If you don't know what an Infinity ship is, it's like a cruise ship, but a city. It's kind of a dead end concept, really.
But here's another piece of history. Activision Blizzard became a thing back in 2008 when Activision merged with Blizzard in an $18.9 billion deal. So we're pretty much seeing the conclusion to that history right there.
Yeah, really. Like, what the hell, man? So, on a completely different note here, we may be entering into World War III with Ukraine, I believe it is.
Woo!
Fucking Russia being all like, hey, yo, we're going to just move on in here and take you from NATO and all that shit. I don't really know much about the specifics of it, and I'm fairly certain Ukraine and Russia have had horrible relations forever, right?
I'm fairly certain.
Honestly, I'm not very well versed in this. This is somewhat more of like Jacob's territory. You guys may know Jacob as the Yeetie from my Yeetie animation. He is a well-known Gopnik. We actually had a Christmas party here not so long ago, the 26th, and he actually brought authentic, Eastern European food and drink. What was the drink he brought that you tried, Michael?
I don't know, but it tasted terrible. So I hope it stays in the Eastern Bloc where it belongs.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it will, unless Jacob brings more. He likes it. I don't see how he likes it because it really does taste. I mean, I didn't really taste it, but I did smell it. It didn't really smell very good.
It smelled like beer and tasted like flat Coca-Cola.
I'm sure it's an acquired taste. Very well. I mean, he likes it. He's been drinking it for a while. He said so. I guess that's why.
I guess my American tongue detected the communism in it and rejected it.
Oh yeah, it's been bred into us since the fucking 80s and shit. We can
Yeah,
taste
man.
communism in anything. We can smell it too.
When Dwight D. Eisenhower declared America a Christian nation and against communism, he envisioned that soda and it just bled into my DNA. And I just hate it because of Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yeah. Of course, we have no qualms against Fanta, the fruit sodas, considering they're made by fascists. We have no problem. Well, they're not made by fascists anymore. Please don't sue me, anyone. They were invented by fascists, I'm fairly certain. But then again, there's probably many things that we use that were invented by fascists, and most people don't bat an eye at anymore. So, anyway, I feel like we're kind of getting off topic. I'm not really sure. I mean,
Nah, what's a topic but a suggestion?
yeah, really. Plus, we are talking about fascism, and that's effectively what Russia is under at the moment, really. I mean, I'm sure they call it, what's Russia's system of government? I think they call it a democracy, but it's not.
I think we call it a Putinocracy.
Putinocracy. Yeah, really. I think it's an oligarchy, truly, but like, I don't know. I mean, pretty much every developed nation's an oligarchy these days.
Oh yeah, money, money, money.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, fun trivia back on the fascism thing. Did you know that the Fa in Fanta or Fanta stands for fascism? The Inta stands for Santa, so fascism Santa.
Really?
Fuck no.
Listen, man, I don't know fruit drink trivia, at least not very well.
This is why you go on random article on Wikipedia. It really teaches you things you don't know.
Yeah, really. Like, I don't know that.
Like bullshit I just made up.
Yeah. I mean, Wikipedia is known as the free encyclopedia that anyone can edit after all. Therefore, if somebody wanted to write that, like, grape Fanta is made out of echidna sperm, then they're free to fucking do that, I guess, you know?
Oh yeah, speaking of Wikipedia editing, totally different branch here.
I thought you were going to say, speaking of echidna sperm, but okay. Where were you going there?
That's a topic for another video on the cryptid ones, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
But when I was like 13 years old, I was deep in Christianity and everything. And I remember watching the episode of Family Guy. I was allowed to watch Family Guy. And there was the episode where like Brian, like he's like a hardcore atheist and Megan becomes a Christian or something. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Kirk Cameron was in that one.
Yeah, that one. And I remember getting upset because I was easily offended back then. And I just went on Wikipedia, found the article for the episode, which I think is called Not All Dogs Go to Heaven. Yeah, that's what it is. I remember editing it. I remember typing out, Brian becomes a gay atheist.
Wow.
It was fixed in a matter of 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I would say so. That's really funny to me, honestly. Fuck. I have to say, I really do have to commend the people that actually like go on to Wikipedia and legitimately make the articles and not just the joke ones. Because holy shit,
yeah.
Man. That seems like an incredible amount of work, and I don't fucking want to do that.
Props to you, Wikipedia staff.
So, like, anybody watching the actual video part of this fucking podcast, you may be wondering, what the fuck are our icons? Why aren't the icons the same as the ones that are in the fucking title card that I have to draw after I make this fucking podcast video? Well, that's because I haven't drawn the art yet, because this is just a proto episode. Of course, I don't know if Michael's will change, because, you know, it's already pretty great. But mine will probably have to change because I cannot be a Poggle demon in a bowler hat forever.
Oh, no. You got to change to a top hat soon enough.
Yeah, really. I mean, well, I'll change it to a top hat if we become famous and start making money. Because then I'll actually be able to afford a top hat. But still.
The true sign of a capitalist.
Yeah, really. Let's see. What else is there in world events? North fucking Korea has launched a bunch of missiles recently, I think, right? You know what? I'll just go to Twitter. I'll just go to the trending tab on Twitter and see what the fuck's happening there. That's a good way to get news, right?
Funny thing about that, I actually read about it earlier yesterday, I think. And Russia and China are basically saying, no, you can't sanction North Korea. We're North Korea's friends now.
Oh, yeah, we love North Korea.
China's always been like kind of friends with North Korea. They've basically been friends out of obligation, but Russia, that's different. That's unexpected.
I think Russia's only doing it because they're like, I don't know, I might as well fucking, you know, support this little tiny country. I mean, America hates them. We hate America. Why not fucking work with them, you know? I mean, the thing is, we're already sanctioning North Korea, right? Like, haven't we been sanctioning North Korea forever? Do they even have a trade agreement with the United States?
If they did, it's probably long buried in some ocean, in the ocean somewhere.
Yeah, really. Probably
with all the missiles we've launched.
Apparently, according to Twitter, the World War III is certainly heating up because we have called back ambassadors and their families from the Ukraine. It might be just the United States, but it might also be all NATO members. I'm not really sure. Suffice it to say, though, this is really starting to look like I don't know, the beginnings of a conflict. I don't know if we'll actually be involved or if it will actually come to World War III. I kind of doubt it, but, you know, who knows?
Honestly, I'm guessing it'll be, at worst, Cold War II electric boogaloo.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's the worst it's going to be, if you ask me.
I just hope that if they fucking cyber attack us some more, I hope they go for the infrastructure that isn't the internet, because I don't want to be without, like, internet for, like, months. Or whatever, you know what I mean?
Dude, I just want them to play, like, more Tifa porn in the U.S. Senate. Just bring it to the USA.
Fucking please, do it.
I want to see Joe Biden standing there giving a speech talking about stuttering as he talks about the glory of America and may God bless us all. And then Tifa's just back there getting fucked by Cloud in the background.
What would you do, like, if that happened and he turned around and said, "This right here, this represents the freedom in our United States of America. The freedom to be able to fuck with any sort of press conference you want." Or whatever.
That would be a redemption arc for Joe Biden across the nation.
For real.
That might even make the Poltards turn their head and be like, "Oh, Biden might not be so bad after all."
I doubt it, but it would certainly be a I don't know, a shaking point or whatever for fucking everyone, honestly, at that point.
It'd be a splinter in the foundation.
It would also be kind of funny if he turned around and like just had a heart attack because he's like, "Oh shit, porn,
young people sex."
And then he just fucking dies. We do not advocate for the death of any governmental officials on this show.
No, we don't. Live long and prosper, Mr. Biden.
I am saying this purely for legal reasons, but we truly believe in that, what we just said. Not the death part,
yes.
The not death part. That part.
The porn part.
Yeah, the porn part. Yeah, that's a certainty. Is it normal to talk about porn this much in a podcast?
I don't know. We'd probably call it the porncast at that point.
Honestly, yeah. Well, we've been talking about this shit for like about 15 minutes now, and I don't really know what else to even talk about in terms of world events. Do you have any world events that you would like to talk about, Michael?
Well, thanks to a certain duo of individuals, Castle Super Beast, I learned that fan fiction is reality for those who live in Iceland, because Dracula, which is now in the public domain, was translated into Icelandic, I believe, in the early 1900s. And I believe it's called The Power of Darkness or something. I'd have to Google it. It's actually on Amazon for free. And it is a fan fiction that was called the original Dracula. But because Icelandic was such a hard language to translate and is only in Iceland, no one caught it until recently. And it is just a fan fiction of Dracula, and apparently it's way better than the original book.
Wow. Wow, that's honestly hilarious. That'd be like if My Immortal got translated or whatever into fucking... I don't think it's in the same degree as My Immortal, but it'd be like if My Immortal got translated into French or whatever and became like a bestseller in France or some shit.
It'd be like if Uganda, instead of getting Harry Potter, they got My Immortal, and we didn't hear about it until 2015.
Yeah, really? And it's just a bestseller there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty damn funny.
It would be fantastic. That's the most significant world event I could think of, and honestly, it trumps everything. But the Tifa porn, that's
pretty good too, yeah. I swear, well, I mean, I don't know, this isn't really a world event, but like Smiling Friends premiered recently, and there's been so much like crossover art with that's amazing. And like, surely you've seen the one, you've seen the crossover art of like Pym as Tifa, and I can never remember the yellow guy's name. What's his name?
Charlie?
Yeah, is it Charlie? Yeah, it's Charlie. Yeah, Charlie? I don't know who. Yeah. Like, I saw it last night. It was a picture of Pym as Tifa Lockhart, and like Charlie was some other guy holding like a measuring tape. He was in a bikini. Have you seen that around, like floating on Twitter and shit? I swear you may have posted that in the Discord recently too. Maybe in the back alley.
I think I saw it, but I did not post it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, I don't know who fucking... Oh, what the hell, Cypress? I don't know. Don't go to the back alley while doing the podcast. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the fuck he's supposed to be. God, I regret coming here. Why did I fucking come here? Why do I ever come here? What the fuck is wrong with me? Don't go to the back alley. Nobody will know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just know that the back alley is the back alley of our Discord server, and it's a very dark place that you should never want to go.
It's the dumpster filled with used condoms and tampons that we don't look at ever.
Yeah, really. Oh, one fucking thing I think is, it's not really a world event, but it's sort of like a popular culture thing, is Twitter started selling fucking NFT profile pictures, and
woo!
You know, at the same time, they're they're free, so why the fuck would anybody buy them? You know what I mean?
All this got me thinking, like seeing all the hate. Like, there's even an image saying retweet this if you if hexagon profile pictures are not safe on your account or something, and have over 50,000 retweets or whatever. And it got me thinking: is there more money in supporting crypto bros than actually being a crypto bro? They might actually just donate to you just simply for acknowledging they exist.
Honestly, that's a good point. You could probably make some fat cash off of just like supporting them and being all like, "Oh, bro, we're gonna set up this fucking convention center that's all for crypto bros. Now you gotta just donate to this fucking PayPal link right here. We're gonna have it. This is the building, all that shit." And you'd probably make it like at least 20 grand before anybody would actually like fucking look into it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, honestly, it'd be very, very similar. You'd just be a grifter for for crypto bros, just like in 2016 with all those conservative YouTubers
Yeah.
just grifting for 4chan, and they made so much money. Like Jordan Peterson, like, this is a joke in Minecraft. Jordan Peterson, don't worry. He was making over like $5,000 a month off Patreon.
Jesus.
Just at one point, just because he catered to 4chan and all that. It was a whole thing. But yeah, grifting for crypto bros might actually be a very, very lucrative investment in the coming years.
I mean, it's probably pretty lucrative right now. I mean, if they're dumb enough to buy a picture of an ape, a horrible picture of an ape for that matter, for like 10 grand or whatever. Oh, actually, I think one of them was actually supposedly sold for like $3 million, but it actually sold for what, 30K or something? Because the dumbass was like, "Oh, I forgot a decimal," or some shit when he sold it. I don't fucking remember, but it was fucking stupid. Honestly, it's just money laundering, but if I can make money off of dumbasses money laundering for pictures of chimpanzees, I'd be fine with that.
Honestly, if I wanted to launder my money, I'd just go on Darkseid Phil's streams and give him $10,000, like every stream.
Yeah.
Like there was like some like Egyptian prince or something that was giving him $10,000 every stream. It was nuts back in the day.
That explains why he probably was able to afford that house that he bought and then wasn't able to pay off because he spent all his money on Candy Crush or something.
No, it was a wrestling, gotcha game that he has spent so much money in. I think he spends like $16,000 a month on it.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's a lot of money. Can't believe Darkseid Phil still has that much money to just waste.
I can't wait for Darkseid Phil to make a NFT.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't put it past him. It's just like, it should totally just be like him fucking back whenever he jacked off on stream, but like just the top of his head. It should just be like a screen clipping from that Twitch stream.
Honestly,
like a fucking screenshot.
I could see him doing that.
It should totally be like when he realizes he's recording. It should be like the moment he realizes. That should be the screenshot that he uses as the NFT.
Oh, the camera's on. And it just freezes on his stupid face. We love you, Darkseid Phil. Don't hate us.
Yeah, really. We're big fans, honestly.
Keep doing what you're doing, because if you don't, then the world will be infinitely sadder without you.
Yeah, really. I mean, we lost Betty White. We can't lose another one. We can't lose another real one, man.
Yeah.
Betty White. I mean, Snoop Dogg's still alive. He's close. So. But
yeah.
At any rate, I feel like we talked about world events enough, per se. I'm sure we'll bleed back into it because that's just what happens. But we should probably, I guess, move on to our next segment, which is our game segment, which is basically what games we're excited for and all that shit. And I have to say, personally, I am excited for Elden Ring. Open world Dark Souls. There's a giant Barilla in it. I can't say what else. It's fucking great. Although I will say that Barilla kind of looks like that Pokemon. The bear Pokemon.
Ursaring?
Yeah, Ursaring. He looks kind of like Ursaring. Is that a coincidence? I'm not sure.
Well, there's Pokemon Breath of the Wild coming out. A lot of people are comparing Elden Ring to Breath of the Wild, so...
Honestly, I'm kind of excited for a Pokemon Breath of the Wild. It looks pretty cool.
I believe it's coming out tomorrow.
Is it?
I think so.
I'll probably wait for reviews to actually get it or anything like that. Sorry, everybody, for my chair. It fucking sucks. But, yeah, like, I don't know. I haven't looked much into it, but honestly, an open world Pokemon game in 3D, kind of like Breath of the Wild, it writes itself, you know what I mean?
honestly, like I remember the premiere. Like I can't remember if it was during E3. I think it was. Yeah, E3 of last year. I was actually really hyped about it. Well, it's not that I was hyped. It's just I was anticipating. I was like, "Oh, there better be Pokemon Breath of the Wild. There better be." And then it got to the end, and then they unveiled it, and it was fucking orgasmic. Honestly, like I was so it looked choppy as hell, and it still kind of looks bad, but maybe the gameplay's good. It
Well,
probably will be.
who's even making it? Is it Game Freak making it?
Oh yeah, it's Game Freak.
I don't know, man. I hope they haven't fucked it up or anything, but it looks alright, so.
Yeah, it looks okay. It has a crafting system where you can craft Pokeballs and all that, which, but it's cool. It looks kind of cool.
I hope the battling is actually pretty cool. Like I believe the battling is about the same as it was in actual Pokemon, but like I think it's real time per se now too. Kind of like in the battles in like the newest Final Fantasy games, I believe.
Uh, it's real time until you send out your Pokemon.
Oh,
Like
then
you can
everything
actually be
freezes.
killed by the Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I know that. I think I saw like a Garchomp fucking tearing the goddamn main character apart or something on there.
Oh yeah.
Obviously not literally, but they definitely were being mutilated by it. I don't know. I don't really know much about any of the new Pokemon, so I haven't played a Pokemon game in fucking 10, 15 years probably. I think the last time I played one was in like elementary school for real.
Oh yeah. I haven't played through a Pokemon game since like 2017, I'd say.
Damn. I mean, even that was like 7 fucking years ago, or no, well, not 7, 5.
5.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
still. But at any rate, Elden Ring. Honestly, I would love to play multiplayer with you guys, but I know like I don't think I don't know anybody else that even likes it, and I don't know if your computer could run it. Which
Oh, probably not.
I don't even know if my computer
Like
can run it.
my computer is basically on is using a walking cane with newer games. It's incredibly risky. It's like
Yeah.
using a walking cane going down the stairs that's covered in grease and butter. It's no.
Well, like the thing about FromSoft games is usually they run pretty well. Like just in general, they're usually optimized pretty well.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing, I guess. The one thing that kind of surprises me is the fact that it's coming out on PC. I think the same day it comes out on consoles, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Which is kind of odd because I don't think any of the previous FromSoft games have done that, have they?
I don't believe so. What? Actually, I don't think so because I remember Matt and Pat and them when they were playing Dark Souls 3. Pat had an instance of crazy talk because they disabled all forms of save transfer on PC. No, I think I may be remembering wrong. Yeah. Sorry about
No, that's fine.
that.
Um, Elden Ring though looks really good. Honestly, I can't
Oh
wait.
hell yeah!
I've actually I thought about getting it for Shan, but I don't know. I'll probably get it first and see like gauge how hard it is because I don't know if she could play it. I don't
Mhm.
know. She might be able to play it. I'd like to play it with her. I want to play it with other people is the main thing.
I don't. Honestly, it'd be fucking rad. But in the infinitely low chance that Sir George R. R. Martin is listening to this, one, you're awesome. Two, I hope you agree to being locked on that island near New Zealand again to finish the last Game of Thrones book. Because you have no excuse now, bro.
I
No.
have no stakes in this whatsoever, but I honestly
I
don't.
don't either.
I don't. I mean, it honestly seems like a dream to me to be able to go to an island, be locked away, and do whatever I wanted. You know,
Oh yeah.
especially being away from every fucking moron in the rest of the world right now.
Yep.
On another note, uh, some other video games that are of interest lately. Deep Rock Galactic recently went. It recently got its biggest update it's had in a while. Well, I mean, it's been a little while. It's been since like November, but and it's been released, I think, relatively recently on PS4 or the PlayStation. Wow, I'm still in fucking 2013 on the PlayStation network, and I believe it's also cross-platform now too, like on every platform, which is really cool. And
Mm-hmm.
if anybody listening to this, whoever watches or listens to this, if you haven't played Deep Rock Galactic and you have any kind of system that can run it, I implore you go check it out. It is really good.
Do it.
Me and Michael and a bunch of other lads, we play it a lot, and it is a very fucking fun game. It's basically like Left 4 Dead and Starship Troopers had a baby. with dwarves. So that's,
Yes. What more could you want?
for real. Let's see,
We've
what,
been playing since 2018, I think.
2018 or 2017? I don't really remember. I don't remember when I bought the game first. I think I was the first to get it, and then I convinced Jacob, and then me and him convinced you, I think, or I got it for you or something like that.
Yeah, because I remember you. I remember the first time I heard you guys talking about it. Because I know I had a mule down there. They have like mechanical mules. I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
It weirded me out.
Um, like that game is so good that I've actually bought it for several people. I bought it. I think I got it for you.
Oh yeah.
I got it for Cody. I think I got it for. I think I got it for. I know I got it for either D-Walt or Nick, and I swear I got it for
Nick.
You got it for Nick. I got it for D-Walt then, and
Yeah.
I swear I got it for someone else. I can't remember who that one was. And I don't ever spend that much money on video games. I think I bought it on sale like each time, but honestly, Deep Rock Galactic is probably worth its base price by itself.
Oh yeah.
It's a really fucking good game.
So good.
What's some other video games we could talk about? Or the video game related shit that isn't related to Tifa Lockhart getting railed by Cloud Strife?
Well, we can talk about something else getting railed in a video game-esque way.
What's that?
And it's my time playing playing fucking Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. It's been since September 1st since it came out. Second or third, whatever. And I still have not cleared that game because I have a bad case of restart-itis.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it causes me to create a character every day or two. I don't always start a new game, but I just play with the character creator because it's so goddamn good. It's a min-maxer's wet dream.
I haven't played Wrath of the Righteous yet, but I do plan on getting it because it looks really good. And to anybody out there who's played Kingmaker, I recommend probably getting the upgrade because if you've played Kingmaker, you know how Kingmaker is, and Wrath of the Righteous is apparently a pretty big improvement over that.
Oh yeah. But if you need any more convincing, you can move the camera freely in Wrath of the Righteous.
Yeah, you can legitimately rotate it, unlike you can in unlike Kingmaker, where you can't. You have to download a mod for it. I've heard arguments for that, but I'm like, bruh, I want to be able to fucking turn the camera. It's so weird not being able to.
Yeah, bro.
Speaking of isometric RPGs, Project Zomboid also recently had the biggest update it has ever had. Its Build 41 multiplayer was released, and it has gained such an influx of new players. Like, it has fucking quintupled, I'm fairly certain, the amount of players that have played the game in the last few years.
Yeah, well, the casuals are gonna get into it, like me, because goddamn, that game's good.
Yeah, really. I started playing Project Zomboid, I think, back in like 2013 or so, and it has changed so fucking much. Fun fact, the reason why Project Zomboid has taken so long to develop is because around that time, a laptop containing most of the update files for the game was legitimately fucking stolen from the developers.
Oh no, it's like Skrillex back in 2013.
Yeah, maybe the same guy who stole Skrillex's stuff stole Project Zomboid dev's stuff. Or maybe the Project Zomboid dev is secretly Skrillex. So he just decided to go in on fucking making video games instead of music. Lately, I've been playing the fucking shit ton out of Vintage Story. And I know most people probably aren't going to know what the fuck that is, considering it's kind of an obscure game, but I will be making a review on that game sometime in the coming weeks or so. Basically Minecraft, but more of a survival game. I mean, you've seen me playing it, Michael, but, you know.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's Minecraft too.
Yeah, kind of. Basically, yeah. It's a very fun game, very atmospheric. Like, I don't know. You guys will see in the review. What else is there? A new game that I've been playing recently, and Michael, you've seen me play it, is that Low Magic Gauge. It's a game on Steam.
Oh yeah.
It's basically just like a little RPG, a little what are those called? What? Is it a CRPG? A RPG?
D&D RPG. We'll go with that.
Yeah, it's literally just a D&D RPG. Kind of like Pathfinder, Kingmaker, or Wrath of the Righteous, but it's 2D and top down. And it's more open-ended. It's more of a sandbox than those games are. Well, I haven't played haven't played fucking Wrath of the Righteous, and it might be more of a sandbox than I'm thinking here, but pretty good game, really cheap. I recommend it. Like I got, I think for like $5 American on Steam, and it's been pretty fun to use. Like I don't know, it's pretty simple. What else?
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's got the artwork's alright, I guess. It's a fun game. It's got some weird elements to it, like you can craft stuff and stuff, like forge things, make magic items and stuff, which is pretty cool. But you know, like you don't see that in a lot of those games. I don't think anyway.
Oh yeah.
So, you think of anything else, Michael?
Let's see. Well, we tried SCP Containment Breach for the first time yesterday. Well, I did anyway.
So SCP Containment Breach has been out for a fucking long time, but recently we found out. Well, Michael mainly found out that the SCP Containment Breach multiplayer is just on Steam for free. And I didn't know about it. And it is really fun to play with your friends. I don't know if I'd ever recommend playing it by yourself.
Oh, no.
I mean, if you like horror games, yeah, but, you know, and if you like SCPs, I completely recommend it because it is probably one of the best, if not the best, SCP game there is. A lot of weird lore in that a lot of people probably don't know about. There's actually a story that I think the game's based off of. I won't get into that, though, because it's fucking convoluted, just like every other SCP thing.
To give my experience, first time ever playing that game ever, I survived every encounter until we got ambushed in the elevator by that old man, right?
Yeah, it was 106, SCP-106.
Yeah, 106, Larry, D-Walt kept calling him. Not sponsored by D-Walt. Anyway, we got warped to a different dimension, and I ended up in a hell room. And I kneeled. It told me to kneel, and then I ended up in a circular room with Rodan or whatever flying over me, and then I died.
That game is
no idea what was happening, but it was cool.
That game is so full of shit that it's so out of whack. Like it's got so many SCPs in it, and the SCPs are so ripe for that kind of shit. I have no clue what you encountered. I know you encountered SCP-106, and he must have taken you to his pocket dimension, but I don't know what happened to you after that. That was some weird shit.
It was fun though, so that's what matters.
My favorite part when we were playing yesterday was when I was running through a hallway. I open a door and I see a door on the other end of the hallway open, and D-Walt, he runs towards me. He's like, "Rocky!" And all of a sudden, SCP-106 opens a fucking wormhole below him, and he falls, and I hear him say, "God damn it!" as he falls into it. Or he said fuck or something like that. I thought it was the most goddamn funny thing I had ever seen. It was so fucking funny to me.
Hope is easily dashed.
Yeah, really. Apparently he had a bunch of good shit too, and we'll probably have to restart our run on that. But
yeah, we got soft locked. At
any rate, do you have any more games you'd like to talk about, or should we move on to our next segment?
I don't really have anything I've played recently, as I don't really branch off into games much. But play Disco Elysium.
Yeah, really.
Just do it. I don't care who you are. Play Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium is a fantastic RPG. It's really great. I mean, I guess
writing in any game.
In theory, this isn't necessarily just about video games. It could also be about movies and shit. Like, have you seen any movies recently that you'd recommend or all that jazz? I haven't. I've been watching anime. But
let's talk about anime.
Yeah, let's talk about anime. Why not? You watched any anime lately, Michael, or heard about any anime that you don't like?
Well, I have been recently watching Space Dandy. I haven't streamed it in a little while. I really need to. Yeah. But Space Dandy is fucking awesome. It's Cowboy Bebop on crack at an after party, so it's a lot of fun.
I'd probably call it Cowboy Bebop on ecstasy more than crack.
Yeah, that's a better description. Also, the alien designs are fucking awesome. So that's a big bonus. I'm really glad they look like aliens and not just people with cat ears or whatever, you know.
To anybody on the fence, the Space Dandy, I believe, was made by the same people who made Hero Academia, was it?
Animated by the same people who made Hero Academia.
Well, you know, that's a pretty good kicker, honestly, because they're pretty good at what they do.
Oh yeah.
I've watched a few anime recently, as you may know. I watched Toradora again. And if any of you haven't watched Toradora, I will warn you, it is a drama and it's also a shoujo. I am a fucking sucker for shoujo, and I will fight anybody who says it sucks. I love that anime. I think it's fucking adorable, and I recommend it 100%.
I have seen gifs of it, and yes, it looks really cute.
Yeah, one of the main characters in the show is only like 4 foot tall. She's like 4'7", I think. She's like the main female lead.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. Sorry, that might have been loud. I probably shouldn't fuck with my microphone while I'm recording. Another anime that me and Shan have been watching recently, we've seen it before, but we're just kind of rewatching it while we're in the living room, is Food Wars. And I know Food Wars gets a lot of shit on, and honestly, it's a lot of fan service. I can kind of understand why. But I mean, I like it. I like food. I like boobs. What's wrong with that?
Boobs and food
really
go together better than beer and apple pie in America.
Yeah, it's really like a fine combination in my opinion.
Very, very nice. I haven't seen it. Probably won't watch it, but I can appreciate boobs and food.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the recipes and shit they show on there are like legitimate. Like you could actually like make them with the stuff they do, but the food looks really good. Like it's really well drawn and all that jazz. So, let's see what else is there. Haven't really watched anything else. Well, I think we plan on watching either Hunter x Hunter or Overlord or whatever, something like that next.
You know what you should watch?
What?
JoJo.
I did watch JoJo though.
Yeah, but you need to watch every other part because I'm a JoJo fan.
I would watch more, but like Shannon's like, bro, I hate this, and I'm like, why? And I don't. She says it's because the way it's animated or something. And yeah, I don't know. I like to watch anime with her, and I don't want to, make her.
Yeah, I know about her hatred of big buff boys.
Yeah, and that's JoJo certainly has a lot of big buff boys in it. Except for Stone Ocean, which has not very big buff girls in it. A lot of them.
Reasonably buff girls, kind of, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I believe on that note then, unless you have any more anime you want to talk about, we should move on to the next segment, I guess.
Yeah, let's branch off here.
All right. So this next segment is basically going to be about like D&D and shit, because any of you that know my channel know that like I like D&D, and you should too, because it's really fucking great. D&D is fucking fantastic. And honestly, if you live in 2020 and you still think D&D is for nerds, then go live in, I don't know, fucking Middle East with your back
Wisconsin
or something. Or Wisconsin or Wyoming, where there's nobody else for hundreds of miles. Because clearly you're not a people person, you fucker. Let's see. So what should we talk about first? Should we talk about Star Wars, or should we talk about fucking Revend or Glittering Gold or whatever else?
Let's talk about the most recent game, which was yesterday.
Yeah. So
Revend.
Obviously no one knows this because I never talk about it, and I've never made a video about it on the channel. But me and Michael and a few other people have been playing in a D&D game that our buddy Nick is the DM of. We've been playing in it since like last November or something like that. And fun fact, it actually started on my birthday. And we have a pretty good mix of characters, and like a synopsis of the campaign basically is like we're an unfortunate group of individuals who met an untimely end, and then we were brought back to life either in our world or in a completely different world, where we take on physical aspects of some of the 7 deadly sins and the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I am playing a transmutation wizard known as Ellipsa Laverne-Lorne, and she is the physical manifestation of the horseman, or the horse, I'm not sure which, Pestilence. And Michael, would you like to talk about your character, or would you want me to do it?
Oh yeah, I'm playing Vandir, a bard-flavored cleric who worships the god Alabal, god of revelry and all that. And he is the aspect of death, although he's more fabulous version of death, not just a cloak and scythe, and he's all edgy. No,
Yeah.
Vandir is the opposite of edge.
Yeah, like our characters, I wouldn't say they're diametrically opposed to like their aspects. Honestly, Death, your aspect is very similar to your character in all honesty. Um I don't know, Pestilence, she's just kind of Pestilence, I guess. There's still a lot we don't really know about like our aspects, honestly. A few sessions ago, we actually were attacked by the big bad evil guy, allegedly, and he actually caused our revenants, which is the aspects we've been calling them the revenants, to become bound to our bodies. So if we die, they die, and all that jazz. We don't really know why he did that, but he did that.
We cleaned his clock though.
Yeah, dude, we fucking knocked him out in like 2 rounds. Um, we'll explain that shit later, I guess. But like, I guess a bit we should probably do like more of a party mock-up, I guess, right? Talk about the part, say what the party is and all that shit.
Nah, we're the main characters.
Yeah, I mean, we do take the spotlight a lot. Sorry, everyone else.
Nah,
But yeah, like we
nah,
have,
not really.
we're a relatively large party. There's 6 of us. There's me and Michael, who are Lipsa and Vandir, and we have our buddy Felix, who plays Ren, a rogue. He's the Revenant of Wrath. Our buddy Dewalt, not sponsored, but please sponsor us, Dewalt. He plays Sin Chakai, which is he is a monk, a shadow monk, and he is the Revenant of War, which isn't a 7 deadly sin, I know, but whatever. There's also, what would that be, like a concept?
Horseman.
Oh yeah, he's a horseman. Never mind. I don't know religion. There's also Fog. I don't remember his whole name because it's never said. Do you remember his whole name, Michael?
Fog across the water or something like that.
It's something like that. And he's
Yeah.
he's also a shadow monk. Him and Dewalt are kind of synergistic in that way, and he is the aspect, or he's the revenant of sorrow, I believe it is.
I think so. It's been a long time since he used his revenant form.
I don't think he has ever used his revenant form, has he?
I don't think so, actually.
Not
Now that I think about
intentionally.
it.
And then there's Shan, who plays Thorin. Faemont, I believe, is his last name, and he is a rogue. Thief rogue, is it? Do you remember what kind of rogue he is?
I think he is a thief. Yeah.
He's either a thief or a swashbuckler, and he is the revenant of lust. And am I missing anyone? I feel like I'm missing someone.
I'm pretty sure you got everybody.
Well, in that regard, we played a session literally the day before this was recorded on Saturday the 22nd. And in the last few sessions, we'd been fucking around in this city in what is known as the Jin Empire. We've been fucking around in the city known as Nam Wang. And a couple things happened. A little bit of a backstory here. A few sessions ago, Ellipsa, my character, found a fucking baby, Moses style, floating down a river. And she adopted it basically immediately. And that baby hasn't really done much until like the session before the last, where Ellipsa, Thorin, I think Ren was there.
I think he was. Maybe.
I think he was. Ellipsa, Thorin, Ren, and Vandir were out just kind of fucking around. What were we doing again? I think we were like running interference, weren't we?
I believe we were. Yeah.
We were like running interference because of something I'll get into in a second. We were kind of just out in the street when we got attacked by these mercenaries, because apparently this baby might be involved with some of the royalty or the higher up governmental officials here in this country. And well, we fucking executed them, went back to our fucking little hidey hole because we're technically rebels in this country and shit. And well, that's whenever the other group, Sin and Fog, show up with our NPC MacGuffin. Would you be considered a MacGuffin? Would you consider a MacGuffin?
I'd consider her more just a nice little helper NPC.
Yeah, she's. I don't know if I'd actually call her very useful, but she's there. Aya, whom is basically the leader of the rebellion in this country, and she is looking to usurp her mother-in-law, which is effectively becoming the shadow leader of the country by putting her sister on the throne here. But they show up. Sin and Fog show up with her with a large arrow wound in her thigh, and it turned out she had been poisoned by people from the military that were out looking for her. They were supposed to meet. She was supposed to go meet her sister for some kind of a parlay. She didn't show up. Instead of a rival general showed up. There was a bit of a discussion.
Trap.
Yeah, it was a trap. It was a double cross, a betrayal. And she got shot in the leg with a poisoned arrow. So they brought her back. And we spent, what was it, like half or 3/4 of the session trying to save her life?
Yeah, it's like 3/4.
So like we spent like 3/4 of the session, me and Vandir, or Ellipsa and Vandir, like trying to keep her alive while we tried to figure out an antidote. And while we were doing that, Ren and Sin went to go find the general that actually, but he didn't really end up getting her shot, but she got shot as a result of him being there to try and find an antidote for the poison. But they fucking get there, and it turns out it's goddamn snake venom, and like there's no fucking antidote. So they go to this other guy while we're still working on her, keeping her alive. And at this point, we'd already retrieved the arrow and gotten like anti-venom off of it and began creating our own fucking shit. By the time they get there with the guy that's supposed to save her life, she's already dead per se, even though I kind of feel like she shouldn't have been dead personally after everything that we went through with her, but you know, bias. We basically cured the poison in her body, and she technically dies, and that's when Vandir he casts Revivify on her because she's only dead for like a few seconds, and like she comes back to life, and miraculously it didn't use the diamond that Revivify uses in order to like regenerate somebody or whatever.
Woo!
Which was pretty cool. That was nice. After that, we went and had to kill a magistrate in the city, and the way we did it was really fucking funny. We went to this city, and we're basically like fucking disguising ourselves as motherfucking circus performers, like we're all wearing masks and shit. And would you like to do this specific segment, Michael, or you want me to do it?
Oh yeah, I can take the reins. All right. So we had this performance set up, and Vandir, he loves performing. He's a performer. He's been a performer most of his life, and he introduced everybody to the magistrate and the crowd. And first up to act, I believe, was who was it? It was Sin and Fog.
Yeah, Sin and Fog.
They did the little martial arts routine, which is pretty cool. And then it was I believe Vandir next. Yeah, Vandir. He did his little dance with his in a spectral image. It was a lot of fun. Then they guiding bolt and then shot to the ground and phew, big effects. Woo! Crowd applause. And then was Ren, who basically did gymnastics, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And then finally was Ellipsa and Thorin, and yeah, it was the grand finale of the show. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah. Any of you out there that know anything about high-level wizards, boy, do they have some fucking spells.
Great for theatrics too.
Theatrics and murdering, both.
Yes,
in equal parts, honestly.
But then comes the fun part. Because after that, we all gather together, do like a big crowd pleasing thing where we come together and all the actors come on. And we say, hey, come on down, magistrate, and bless us for performing something so wonderful for you. Comes down and we enact our plan, which was a dust cloud, courtesy of Ren with his little magic dust or whatever. And then a polymorph. Now, here's where a wrench was thrown in. He succeeded miraculously. He succeeded the first saving throw, which is DC 16.
I swear.
He rolled this.
He rolled what, 2 16s or something like that?
He rolled a 16 and a nat 20.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's a good thing he had disadvantage.
Yeah.
But I did it again. Like I just tapped him, didn't work. Oh, tapped him, worked finally. Turned him into a rat, gave him to a Ellipsis familiar, Arcavus, a white raven fellow. Kind of a little shithead, but he's nice enough. He gets taken to the sky. Ellipsa casts a fireball to distract everyone, not at them, thankfully.
Yeah.
Into the air. And then Vandir uses this guy's self to become the magistrate, and I'm glad no one questioned where Vandir went.
Honestly.
Yeah, I'm really glad they didn't question. Because so Vandir just ran off. He's like, "Oh, I have to go take a shit, sir guard," as the magistrate, and he succeeded a deception check because the guard was kind of like, "Oh, he's acting weird." So I go in the bathroom, cast blink, get out of the bathroom, thankfully, and not a second later, which I think is how Vandir made his escape, was did the magistrate come out of Polymorph and fall down right in front of the guard, probably about 300 feet fall.
Oh yeah, something like that. He fell a long ass
So
way.
he was a pancake when he hit the ground.
Oh yeah.
And it was fantastic.
Apparently, it covered the guard like in blood, which would make sense. If you fall basically out of like a fucking airplane onto a city street, a cobbled road, you're gonna definitely blow apart, I'd imagine.
Ooh, yeah. So yeah, everything went swimmingly. Honestly, like
yeah,
it couldn't
honestly,
have gone better.
yeah, that was like the best case scenario, honestly. And we had a lot of fucking plans on how to kill this magistrate too. We had so many plans on how to get rid of him. Not every one of them was lethal, but that one worked out so well. Like one of them was actually we were gonna polymorph like, what was it in? We were gonna take like an ape or something. We were gonna polymorph like something into an ape and have it tear his face off or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that was one of your plans, but I remember one that I had, which was I transform a polymorph a bird that's flying over the stage. I turn it into a sacred animal of the Jin Empire, and it falls on him and kills him, and that'll make the village think, "Oh, the gods ordained him to die."
Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty funny. I feel like
It would have been really funny.
that could have worked, honestly.
But honestly, I prefer how things turned out.
Oh yeah, it worked out so
comedy
well.
gold.
After that, some other shit happened. Sin, he became possessed by some kind of mask, and there's some sort of evil spirit or something fucking inhabiting his body with the other evil spirit that's inhabiting his body. But suffice it to say, I think everything went well, and that session went pretty fine. I don't know what we're gonna do now, but still.
We have to go to the mountains for something, and Nick said something about the game being more of a strategy game next time.
Something like that.
Trying to correlate the rebellion and all that.
I don't remember what we were going to the mountains for, but I do remember we were going there for something.
I can't remember. I think it's about the mask.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be taking care of that, and then we'll also take care of the Jin Empire. Maybe we'll do it all in the same go or something. I don't know. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
But at any rate, we're coming up on our 1 hour mark. We'll probably go a little longer than an hour. Hard to say. These episodes are supposed to be around an hour long, give or take. But we have. Should we cover Arcadia, or should we just leave Arcadia out, considering it's not going to be for a little while? Let's say we talk about two games per fucking recording. How about that? Does that sound good?
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Well, then I say, honestly, our next game we should probably talk about. I don't know though. Like, it's a fucking toss up because it's like I don't know if I should talk about Glittering Gold because I'm the DM for Glittering Gold.
Yeah. I think we should talk about Arcadia, like what we've played anyway.
Well, what about Star Wars?
Oh yeah, Star Wars. Yeah. Let's do Star Wars.
We play in and/or run like I think at least 4 D&D games, and there's Star Wars, Arcadia, which is based on Arcane. If you guys haven't seen it, watch it. We should have talked about that in the fucking movie segment. Glittering Gold, which is the game I run, and Revenant, which is the other game that Nick runs. Nick runs Arcadia and Revenant. We also play in intermittently another game called New Frontier and Sundown, respectively. They're more West Marches style campaigns, though. But the Star Wars campaign that we play in is ran by our good buddy Cypress. It is a Edge of the Empire. Well, now it's Age of Rebellion, effectively, game. Where you want me to go through the characters, Michael?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, so we don't have a lot of people in our party per se. We have 4 people, at least right now. I played Shabakal, a sociopathic and or psychopathic Jawa who murders people with just the slightest provocation. Michael, he plays Shortatha, or Blumbles. Everybody calls him Blumbles. A Wookiee. Would you say Jedi or Grey Jedi?
I would say Force user for now.
Yeah, he's a Force user. I didn't mention, but Chaba's technically he's got so many professions. I don't even know. He's a killer and a mechanic, a killer mechanic. Blumbles is a what is Blumbles, Michael?
He started with the bodyguard profession, and actually have some skills I haven't used like at all, even when they would have been handy. But he's more of a Force user now, and he's got a life debt to Chaba.
Yeah, and Chaba owes Blumbles back for something he did. I don't remember. Chaba probably doesn't remember either. All I know is Chaba is like real good buds with Blumbles at this point, so it's like I don't remember what I owe him for, but I might as well pay him back, and I don't remember. Then there's our other goofball, Mr. Nuara Bortuna, a Twi'lek. He's the coolest member of the group because he has like fucking 4 or 5 presents. I can't remember. And he is I don't know Bortuna's profession, but I know that he's like he's one of those.
He's a doctor.
Well, he's a doctor currently. Yeah, that's basically what he's been doing recently. I think his actual profession, like his like class, is like diplomat or something like that.
Something like that.
And then last but certainly not least is our straight man, Mr. Arden Roos. I don't think that's his real last name, but that's what we call him. And he is our pilot, and by far the most disappointed in us as he can ever be. He is a human.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, he's played by our buddy John. Oh, and Bortuna's played by our buddy Cody. So let's see. Should we just talk about what happened last session or the session slightly before that?
Honestly, it could be a movie at this point.
Yeah, really. Our escapades in this fucking Star Wars game have been by far the wildest I have ever played in any tabletop game. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've encountered Mandalorians several times, killed them with a ship reactor explosion. We have encountered TIE fighters and almost died 5 or 6 times. Our last encounter with TIE fighters being literally the last session, and we almost died. We actually maybe did. We're not entirely sure yet. Let's see, what else is there? We've blown up a fucking Imperial research base, blown a hole in at least 2 space stations, destroyed a motherfucking Star Destroyer by ramming a Lucre Hulk into it.
Mm-hmm.
Suffice it to say, if they made a movie out of our escapades, it would be a hell of a movie.
We are near the top of the Empire shit list now.
Oh yeah, dude. We're probably more famous than the goddamn Millennium Falcon at this point. The fucking, you know. I mean, we got a Force user in our group too, and he's not just some little shitty teenage boy. He's a fucking Wookiee, and he's got a Wookiee-sized fucking lightsaber.
Big saber.
Like, I guess a bit of a synopsis of our last session, considering it's the most relevant, is we were just at a listening post for the Rebels because we've joined the Rebels. We've been a part of the Rebels for a little while, and this listening post was in the PAX system, and it was kind of buried into an asteroid in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. But this asteroid and the thing that they're in the listening post is actually the body of a Lucre Hulk that has been designed to intercept radio signals. It's been there since the Clone Wars. Basically what happened is we were way out here in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, edge of the goddamn galaxy. I believe we went to where was it? Escalon? Was it, Michael?
I can't remember planet names sometimes.
I know we went to the Terminus system at some point. And it's somewhere in between where we are now and where we were. We encountered an entire fleet, or a wing, of TIE defenders. I don't know much about Star Wars, but I know they're bad. They're the ones that look like triangles. If you don't know anything about Star Wars, they're TIE fighters that look like triangles. And they're very bad.
Bad news.
When we encountered them the first time, we only barely escaped. And when we escaped, we entered hyperspace just after being hit with a concussion missile, which totally fucked up our ship. We We limped back to this weird-ass fucking planet called Mampha, where we encountered doppelgangers of ourselves and a giant fucking centipede called Steve. He had a human face, by the way. I tried to kill Steve with a light turbo laser that we had on our fucking ship, and he fucking tanked it. A shot from a light turbo laser. He fucking tanked it. We got the fuck out of there, because ain't nothing on that planet supposed to be living through no turbo laser shot like that. Apparently we picked up a space parasite on the way out of there. The space parasite kind of fucked our brains a little bit and made us think, like, we had a Life Day session. Was it on Life Day, Michael?
I think it was. I think that session was like on the 23rd of like December or something like that. So yeah, it was beautiful. We basically recreated the episode Toys in the Attic from Cowboy Bebop. If you've seen it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Except there's no lobster in the fridge.
Yeah. We all died, technically. Well, we didn't all die. We killed... Okay, is a fucking trip, man. We ended up with a fucking parasite from Mampha. The parasite fucked our brains, made us think we were on Kashyyyk during Life Day with Blumbles' family. Blumbles and Bortuna got married. It was a trip. We ended the dream off by fighting a giant fucking space worm. We killed the space worm in the dream. Woke up in real life, wandered around looking for like these tentacles that receded out of our brain cases, and fucking found this weird tentacle monster, kind of like a Dianoga, inside of the cargo bay. Me and Blumbles fucking found it, and we just straight up fucking massacred the goddamn thing. And then after that, we made our way to PAX, because we were en route to PAX during this Life Day thing. And we get there, and everything's going fine. Bortuna decides, hey, let's make some fucking tacos. Cut up this fucking weird tentacle monster in the cargo bay, eat it. So we do. You know, while we're fucking around in there, Chop was like, hey, I got this robotic arm, but you found a new one. Let's just put them together. So we did. Finally, we get to the point where the listening post has to contact the flotilla, the rebel flotilla. And they don't get through. So we're like, I wonder what's going on. So everybody looks around, can't find any reason why it wouldn't be working. Jabba walks over somewhere on the Lucre Hulk, goes over to a window, finds a pack of cigarettes, looks out the window, and there's a motherfucking Star Destroyer. Like, right there. Right, like, I don't mean, it's space. So it's like, obviously, right there in space is not like a pop can sitting right in front of you. It's like, you know, several thousand feet away or whatever. But either way, there was a Star Destroyer. And, so we got to fly and fuck out of there. Chaba rigs the Lucre Hulk, fires its motherfucking engines. The damn thing starts barreling towards the goddamn Star Destroyer. We fucking run out of the goddamn station, get into our ship, and we like blast our way out of there. And as we're going out, we're fighting off these fucking this was it 3 wings of TIE fighters, Michael?
It was three TIE Defenders.
Was it? I swear that when we first left the station, there was TIE fighters, wasn't there?
No, there were TIE Defenders.
They were all TIE. Oh my god. So yeah, we fought several TIE Defenders. We blew up several of them, and finally we got to a point where we were like barely fucking hanging on. So we fucking punch it into hyperspace, and we're heading towards, I forget what system it even was at this point. And we finally like we get hit again right before we enter hyperspace, and it causes us to go into a barrel roll while we're in hyperspace. We have to stop because it's starting to tear our ship apart halfway through. We take a break. We fix the ship a little bit. We get back on course. We get where we're going. I forget the name of the planet. Do you remember the name of the planet we're at now, Michael?
I don't remember either.
Well, suffice it to say we get there. But as soon as we get there, 3 TIE Defenders jump in right behind us. And we're flying towards this fucking planet. And Blubbles is in the motherfucking turret. He's blasting away at them with the fucking turbo laser. Chaba's running around with his... I think he's finally actually got his arm back on now at this point. He's running around fucking trying to fix shit. It gets broken. The 2 people from the fucking PAX station are in there with us now. One of them is a... what is it? Solston?
Solston.
Yeah, he's fucking Solston named Korn. He jumps into the bottom gun, starts shooting at him, misses every fucking shot he fires. Chaba finds the manual release for the turbo laser, fucking vents the goddamn thing out into space. And, we... At one point, we finally managed to kill all 3 of them. And then just after that, 3 more jump in. At this point, our ship has 2 hull points left. We have a lot of strain. We have 2 hull points. I think we're like, oh fuck, dude, we're gonna die. They're gonna fucking blow us out of the water here. What are we gonna do? And that's when our pilot Arden, he just fucking punches the goddamn thing, and we start taking off towards the fucking planet. We're just going straight at the fucking planet, and as we're going, the TIE Defenders are obviously gaining on us because we're in a YT 2400, which is not very fast. It's fast, but it's not as fast as the TIE Defenders. TIE Defenders, they have like a speed of 5, and we have a speed of 3, so they gain 2 spaces on us each time we move. So what we do is Arden punches it, and we're looking pretty grim at this point. I'm pretty sure, right, Michael?
Actually, I believe the TIE Defenders only have a speed of 4, because Cypress said when we shot up, when he went full throttle, it increased our speed by 1, so we were at 4, and he said we were keeping ground with them.
I think that I swear they were gaining on us at first. That was before, like,
yeah, that was before he punched it.
Yeah. So they were kind of gaining on us, and then at one point we were starting to equalize out. But I still think they could actually catch up with us at some point. So I don't think we could be faster than them, like at least for a sustained amount of time. Like I think they will catch up with us eventually because I think Arden's ability will run out or something like that.
I think so.
So like Chaba fucking he took the goddamn turbo laser battery and rerouted the power directly to the engines. Basically gave us like this huge boost, and we just fucking like goddamn kicked it straight towards the planet. And Arden's fucking piloting us down towards this planet. We hit the atmosphere. The hull holds just long enough. Shit's flying off. There's this fleet of like rebel pilots that fly out from the planet and engage the TIE Defenders behind us. And we're barreling down towards this planet, towards the ocean at fucking entry speeds. Like, we're on fire. The ship is turning yellow from the heat. The heat shields are holding, but they're probably not going to hold for long. And finally, we break through the fucking clouds. We see the ocean. We see the shoreline, and we're fucking barreling towards this. And that's when Arden rolls a piloting check. And when he rolls fucking 2 triumphs in the check. I think was that when he rolled the 2 triumphs?
That is indeed when he rolled, and I actually have the roll right here. Right in front of me.
I'll put it up.
He rolled 2 triumphs, a success. So let me just equalize everything. He rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threats, and thankfully only one of those got canceled. So he was left with 2 triumphs and 5 threat.
Yeah, which was incredible. That's not even the first time we've rolled 2 triumphs in one roll, and I think it was Arden last time. But suffice it to say, unfortunately for us, we were still going way too fucking fast. So because we just broke through the clouds and we're at entry speed, which is fucking fast, to say the least. So we're barreling down towards the ocean, and Arden at the last fucking second, he pulls as hard as he can on the motherfucking yoke, and he whips the fucking tail down, and as it does, the tail impacts with the ocean, and that's when everything goes black, because we impact immediately, and, well, there was a bit of exposition after that. Everything was being shaken around, the ship was being torn basically apart. Allegedly, everyone's alive, but
we're gonna find out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. And yeah, so I guess in the next podcast you guys will fucking find out what happened to us. I don't know when the next podcast will be. Hopefully, probably maybe around the 10th of February or something. Maybe we'll see. We'll see when the next one is. Suffice it to say though, what do you think? You think anything else we need to talk about, Michael?
Well, nothing on this one, but next time, aside from talking about the conclusion to that game, which will surely be just as awesome, I hope, if we're not all dead, we should probably talk about cryptids next time.
Should we do the cryptid episode next time? I mean, we can. We totally can.
I think we should.
Should we have a guest on, do you think? Or should it just be us two again? Or
I think it'll be a surprise
Okay, yeah.
for the audience here.
We'll give you a little surprise. But the next episode's definitely going to have cryptids. We'll have a cryptid segment. I don't know what we'll fucking talk about.
There may be arguments.
Yeah, me and Michael have certainly gotten into arguments about cryptids before, because yeah, you'll see. But at any rate, this has been, I don't know, I think we're calling it Mike and the Rock, episode 1.
Yeah.
So, since this is the first episode of the podcast, I don't really know how well it'll do. Probably not very well, but for anybody that actually does watch it, if you guys have any fucking suggestions or anything, just leave them in the comments. If you guys would like to see, I don't know, any topics or any fucking thing or anything like that, just leave them in the comments. Any suggestions for how we can improve the show, anything like that, yeah, hit us up. That's, I guess, it.
Send
really.
us some questions.
Yeah,
send us some questions. We'll answer them on stream.
Yeah, we'll answer them even if we don't know how to. We'll answer them anyway, even though we, probably won't be able to. We'll make something up. Trust me, we're really good at that. We're really good at making things up.
Oh yeah.
But at any rate, I suppose it's time that we end the show. So, Michael, you wanna sign out for us, or what do you say?
Adios, amigos. We may see you next time.
See you fuckers later. Like, comment, and subscribe, and all that shit.